Remember, back in the days when I started out as a coach with Action, I would meet other coaches that had clients that were increasing their turnover, massively improving their margins and growing their bottom lines. Their profits were increasing by as much as 100% in the first year of coaching. That seemed unbelievable to me. But at the first Action conference that I attended, I remember coach after coach after coach talking about generating significant increases in their clients' profitability. I remember thinking that if I could just get half the results they were achieving, my coaching business would really take off into the stratosphere, and boy, would my life be different. More importantly, how would my clients feel, both about themselves and the investment that they had made? Now, I have a lot of people showing up today, and I will tell you the top question that I get constantly asked. Is it possible to generate an increase of 61% in profits in just 1 year? I'll be taking you through lots of formulas and strategies to grow your company, but I want you to know, yes, it is possible. And I don't care where you are in your business. I don't care if you are a beginner and just starting out. I don't care if you've been trying to grow your business for years and it hasn't worked. The process that I'm going to be teaching you today can get you there. It is the same strategy that I use in my business to make me really successful, and it is the same strategy that I teach to all my clients with many success stories. So the information that I'm going to be teaching you about business today is not optional, but it's mandatory if you want to have a successful business. You can't afford not to have these principles in your business. They are way too effective and way too valuable. If you don't have these, then you are leaving the door open for your competitors to go far beyond you if they haven't already. But of course, it is my preference that you have the opportunity to tap into your potential and start generating the money that you are worth and start to lead an amazing lifestyle. And the topics we're going to talk about on this webinar are designed to give you just that. The questions that I have for you now are as follows. Do you believe that your business is capable of growing? Is it capable of growing at rates that I've just talked about? Do you believe that you can make it happen? And are you prepared to open your mind to new ideas? Ask yourself, if you do nothing except the same as you have been always doing, where will your business be in 3 to 5 years' time? More importantly, where will you be? So stick around. This may be the start of a new journey for you that will see a dramatic change to your business and your life. Towards the end of the webinar, I'm going to tell you just one thing that will enable you to get significantly better results in all areas of your business in a very short space of time. Is that something you're interested in? A way to improve your business starting right now, starting today. Who is Action Coach? We are the world's #1 business coaching team with over 1,000 coaching offices in 26 different countries. And between us, we coach over 10,000 businesses on a weekly basis. It's privately owned by Brad Sugars, who has written and published more than 15 books on the Action systems. And our vision is to create wealth for business owners, no matter what industry they are in or where they are, through a process of re-education. We have been going since 1993 and have coached businesses across the globe. So I'm Lawrence Steingold, your coach for the next 60 minutes or so. You can see some bullet points that will give you an idea of my experience. Now, in every biography, every job that someone has had is mentioned. So for me, before I qualified as a chartered accountant, I was a titration expert in a large chemical engineering concern, a logistical consultant in a timber yard, a dispatch manager and slinger in a lift manufacturing company, as well as a postman. But that does not cover all the jobs that I wanted to do. You see, when I left school, I wanted to be a mechanic. And the reason was quite simple. Where I lived in Teesside, the guys with the best cars, top-end Capris, were all mechanics. And the guys with the best cars got the best-looking girls. Simple logic. Once I realized that being a mechanic would mean getting my hands dirty, I quickly went off the idea. So I had a goal, get the best-looking girl, but I needed a new strategy. Later on during my life at university, I realized that the first thing that all newly qualified accountants did was to go out and buy a sports car. So my mind was made up. I became an accountant. It's fascinating that some 30 years later, I actually am a mechanic. Instead of fixing cars, I help business owners to fix their businesses, and more importantly, fix themselves. You see, businesses are a lot like cars. Today, I'm going to focus on one aspect of fixing the car, and in future webinars, I will focus on fixing the driver, the business owner. My purpose today as your coach is to reward your time with the simplest, fastest, and easiest ways to increase sales and profits, but maybe more importantly, to get you thinking differently. Now, have I failed in lots of things that I've done? Absolutely. But has that stopped me trying new things? Absolutely not. Because really, the only failure is the failure to participate. When we participate, we get a result, an outcome. When it comes to sales and marketing, a lot of people won't try new stuff because they're scared that it won't work. A lot of people who go to seminars or listen to webinars try stuff maybe twice and say, no, it doesn't work. So what happens when you do try something new and it does not give you the results that you expect? What happens to your confidence levels? Well, they go down. But you do need to persevere and do it at least 10 times to really test something new. We all learn to walk by falling down. And nobody ever said, look, I don't think that walking is for you. You shouldn't be trying. Remember the turtle. In order to move forward, you have to stick your neck out. So stick your neck out, take a risk, participate, and move forward. The people that give 100% will get 100% back. So, anyone have teenage kids? If not, has anyone been a teenager? They're experts at this. They know everything, and consequently, this kills the possibility that maybe you can learn something. So for the next 50 minutes, instead of saying, I know, try saying, isn't that interesting? Leave your mind open so that you can take in the information which is being given. Now, every car in the world is built on the same thing. It doesn't matter if you drive a top-end sports car or a mid-range family saloon. It will be built on the same thing, a chassis. And the same is true in business. Richard Branson's Virgin Empire is built on the same chassis as every business on this webinar. At Action, our business chassis looks like this, and there are 7 parts to it. Now, I've deliberately highlighted 3 of those parts in red. Would you like to guess why? So please type in the box your answer. I'll give you a minute or so and then we'll review some of the answers that have been given. Okay. So one of the answers that came through was they are what all business owners are looking for. Well, that's true. And the second one is they are what analysts focus on when they are used as comparatives when looking to see which company is better or bigger or has a better performance. Well, they are important, but the ones in red are actually the least important. They are just outcomes. You cannot get just more customers. You cannot just get more revenues. You cannot just get more profit. It would be great if you could, but that's not reality. They are all outcomes of the other five. Now, most business owners that I meet have a good handle on the number of customers that they have. They have a good handle on their sales or turnover, and somewhat less of an idea on their profit. What this webinar will cover is what to focus on to improve these areas. Does this make sense? The number of leads or prospects multiplied by the conversion rate will give you the number of customers. And when you take the number of customers you have and multiply that number by the average number of transactions that each customer has in a given period, and multiply that by the average value of the sale, then that will give you your revenues or turnover. The turnover multiplied by the margin then leaves you with the profit. So as an action coach, I work with my clients to focus on these 5 areas. Now, the key thing that sets action apart is the number of tried and tested strategies we have to help businesses improve in these 5 areas. In fact, we have a total of over 340, in fact, 344 strategies at this time, and they are broken